everyone, sorry I've been absent for a week. I've not been well. In the past, done, dusted. So here is a book review for you for A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I think that's how I pronounce the name. I'm rubbish with the pronunciation. Sue me. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, sort of urban fantasy, but not quite. We follow Harper, a young girl who has cerebral palsy, but she doesn't let that stop her. She manages to get dragged into a fantasy world, an alternative world, where there is a curse. Yay! The arrogant prince has been cursed by a evil witch and has to repeat the same season over and over again. He's on like 327 seasons now, so you know, it kind of gets a bit repetitive. At which point, towards the end of the curse, he transforms into the monster that is terrifying his kingdom. Outside of his castle, where the curse actually is strongest, his kingdom has time passing normally. It's been about 5 years for them. They've been walled off from the rest of the world. They are suffering, there is famine, there are attacks from a neighbouring kingdom that believes they're defenceless, and it's all gone awful, really. Harper is dumped into this situation, has no idea where she is, what she's supposed to do, or even if she can break this curse. There's a lovely sidekick character called Gray in this. He's really actually quite adorable. He's loyal to an absolute fault, which is probably his downfall. I really enjoyed A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I'm not really into the urban fantasy thingy, but this one instantly gripped me. It's straight up, in there, off you go, there's the plot, run with it. The chapters are short and bouncy. We have 2 points of view in here. We have Harper and Ren, the prince. And we find out what's going on slowly. I really liked the way the story just unfolded. I know some people are a bit unhappy with the main character. They didn't really gel with her. But then it'd be a boring world if we gelled with everybody, wouldn't it? I quite liked her development in this story. She starts off wanting to be helpful, but sort of holding herself back because she's aware that there are things she cannot do. And then as we get into the fantasy world, as we get into Emberfall, that she starts to take control of her life, her choices, and discovers that actually she's capable of so much more than she lets herself be. And I really did like that aspect of her character. This is not an own voices book, but the author did have sensitivity writers, and as far as I can feel, it was okay for me. I didn't have an issue with it, but then I don't know anybody who has cerebral palsy, so it would take someone who does have that experience to tell me if this was an acceptable book or not. Ren is the typical arrogant prince. He's very shut off, he's always planning, so he's never in the moment, which means he can't ever really fall in love, because that's what falling in love is. It's in the moment. You don't plan to fall in love, it happens. Ren obviously has that stumbling block to come over. And he's also terrified. He doesn't want his people to get hurt, he doesn't want his kingdom to fall, he doesn't want to hurt his best friend. So he's quite a conflicted character. There's a lot going on with him, but because we get to hear his side of the story, as it were, we get to understand a lot more of what he's feeling and why he does certain things. This is the first of, I don't know, duology series, I have no idea, which is really good because I did like the story. The ending is not rushed, but it makes logical sense, and there's enough setup for another book. There's a plot twist that comes in, there's hidden secrets going on, and we have conflict still. You know, I'm not going to give anything away, but there is problems within this world, and Harper has her own issues going on towards the end of this book, which again I'm not going to spoil because I don't want to do that. So I would say if you are keen to read a fairy tale retelling that is slightly different, that actually does quite a good job at taking the tropes of a fairy tale, as it were, and twisting them quite nicely, this is certainly a very clever retelling, and I really did enjoy this, and I would recommend it quite highly. So, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, have you read it? What did you think? Let me know down below. I will leave a link to a small booktuber in the description box down below. Please go and check them out, as are all my social media links and my book blog, which there may be more ramblings about this book on there. Give me time, it'll get up there. As always, thank you very much for watching and happy reading. Bye.